What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. You can tell by what I'm wearing the kind of video we have today. I'll be talking about medical school today in this video. So guys, the kind of content I planned to create concerning or surrounding medical school, I have to wait till when I start my clinicals, which I'm not yet to start. So for the meantime, I have this one content for you guys. If you haven't seen the first content I did concerning medical school, I told you what you should know before getting into medical school. I'll leave the link right here. Is it here or here? Here. Right here in the high card for you to click and watch, and this will just be a continuation part. So welcome back to my channel, guys, and welcome back to another video. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So guys, today's video I'm going to be telling you about how to pass the first year of medical school. First year of medical school can be the toughest, not in terms of the material that you have to cover, but in terms of how to get through it, how to get used to studying for medical school is different. Well, for me it was different. The way I studied for medical school, or the way I studied in medical school, is different from the way I studied in my bachelor's. For my bachelor's degree. So I think how to study is totally different from first degree and medical school. First point is your mindset. Your mindset needs to be set. You need to get your mind ready that medical school is tough. I'm not saying it's tough to scare you, but it's tough in essence that it's better to be aware that it's tough so that you'll be ready than to be aware that, oh, it's not that tough, then you relay. You know the way they say, if you want to pass an exam, aim for an 100. So what's come towards you drop down to 80. That's the same thing I'm trying to say. Just have in your mind that medical school is tough. I need to put into work. If I need to pass, if I need to become a physician, if I need to become a doctor, I need to put in the work. So with that kind of mindset, you're good to go. So that's the first step to making sure you pass your first year of medical school. Yeah, let me tell you guys, I almost failed first year of medical school. Yeah, I almost failed. Like, after taking my exam, I was crying, like, what should I do? I can't afford to fail. What will my dad say? He pays a lot of tuition for me to be here, a lot of money, and I can't afford to fail. I really struggled. So I'm sharing this point with you guys so that you won't struggle as like me, like you won't struggle. So number one point, make sure your mindset is set. Make sure your mindset is set, or make sure your mindset is ready that it is tough. So that's number one. The second point will be communicate with your seniors. Yes, you had that right. I don't know anybody that don't like speaking to their seniors, but I'm one of those people. I get shy, and thank God, God has delivered me from the spirit of from the spirit of shyness right now. I get shy talking to people, but I'll tell you, you have to communicate with your senior, be in close proximity or be in close contact with them, because they passed through the first year so that they can put you through. You don't end up wasting your time on things that are not necessary, so you end up devoting your time on things that are necessary, if I'm making sense. And also, you have to communicate with your classmate. Yes, your classmate might be, some of them might not be struggling as you. For me, my classmates were not as struggling as the way I was struggling, well, from what I know, right? But some of your classmates might know, they might have contacted the senior, they know what's up. Try and communicate to them. See, Sheila or whatever your names is, what should I do? What do you think is best? What's the right material? How do I study for this? What's the best things to do you have a group study and all those things? Concerning your senior, you just need to ask them for the right material. Ask them how to study for this exam. And if you want to communicate with your classmates, maybe there's a group study or anything that will just make the study easier for you. So that's the way you need to communicate with them. I don't know if I'm making sense, but try and communicate with your seniors and try and communicate with your classmates. Always tell them, see, this, I'm struggling with this point, can you help me? Can you figure out? It really helps. Sometimes we have the pride not to tell somebody that we're struggling, but I'm telling you, it's always the best, because where you're struggling might be, your weakness might be somebody's strength, and your strength might be somebody's weakness, so that they can put you through and you don't end up making everything difficult for yourself, right? Get that. My third point to be time management, guys. There's a myth, well, it's a myth, but it can be correct and it cannot be, it can be correct, and sometimes it may not be correct, that medical school you don't have time to socialize. It's true, because you do have a lot of materials to cover, but if your time management is unlocked, if you're able to manage your time well, you can socialize, trust me. Like in my medical school, we take exam every 3 weeks. After that exam, that week you can socialize, but the rest 2 weeks you need to sit your ass down and study. So that's the time that you have to socialize immediately after the exam. If you're able to stay on top of your material, you're able to, you've gone through question by, you know that your studying process is solid, then you can socialize. If not, guys, you don't have time to socialize, so you need to know how to manage your time, and you need to do the right thing at the right time, necessarily the right thing at the right time. Know when to study, know when to play, know when to go out with friends, and know when to speak to family, friends. So you need to make sure that your time management is really good, and this can even lead to discipline. I think you need to be disciplined. The medical school just makes you humble, in my opinion. It's made me humble. So that's my third point. My fourth point is get the right material, guys. From what I've learned, you need to learn smart, not learn. You need to learn smart, not learn to know everything. Medical school, or the materials in medical school, it's a lot. It's kind of impossible to, it's almost impossible. Let me say it's almost impossible to cover all the material, but it is possible, but it's almost impossible. So you need to learn smart, because you're going to be treating the patient. A patient life depends on you in a long run when you're a physician. So in medical school is when you have to learn about that patient's organ, the system, the process, the drug, the this, the therapy, and all those things. So you need to get the right material that will lead you to the right thing. And getting with the right material is, you need to know the right material for you to get familiar with clinical vignettes or clinical questions. You need to get the right material that will go straight out, explain the whole process, or that will make the whole process or the whole thing that you're trying to learn easier for you. And also you need to get the right material that will make reading in general easier for you to assimilate, for you to consolidate, and all those stuff. So getting the right material is really, really key from the first year of your medical school. I didn't get the right material in my first year. It was when I got to second year. It was when I got to my second semester that I was able to get through the right material. Then I started doing better from my second semester. The first semester, I did not get the right material. I was just going on and on, use one material, so they use that one. So it is very important to get the right material to study for it, so that you don't end up, calabasking and wasting your time. So yeah, and that also boils down to communicating with your seniors, so that they can tell you the materials that are really, really good for you to study. So that's the fourth point. My last and on the least point is get enough sleep. Eat enough. I can't mention this enough. There's a myth, I will also call this a myth, that medical students, they lose a lot of weight. It may not be correct, because you're sitting down almost 24 hours, or let's say more than 12 hours a day. You want to snack on something. You're eating, you're studying, but you want to snack on something. And whatever you're snacking on, if it's not healthy, you're going to add weight. And with medical students, you don't really get active, honestly, especially in your first year of medical school. You don't have time to exercise. You just want to focus, getting the materials right, passing this course, passing this module, and that. So it's necessary to get enough sleep. When I was doing my bachelor's, people that know me, like, I can stay up all night studying, guys. When I got to medical school, I just couldn't. I tried it in my first year, or my first semester, first year of medical school. I was drained. Like, when I stood up, like, I would stay up all night, the night before the exam, and go to the exam without sleeping. And by the time I get to the exam, I've forgotten literally 90% of what I studied. I'm not joking to you. Like, I'm not joking at all. I'll forget 90% of what I studied. So I tend to learn that you need to get sleep. So what I started doing was, I study from whatever time I start during the day till 10 o'clock, guys. No joke. Till 10 o'clock, I go to sleep. That 10 o'clock, when I go to sleep, well, I'll stop reading around 9:30 and I talk to Prince till like 10. Once it's 10 o'clock, my phone is somewhere, my alarm is set for 6 o'clock, I'm gone to bed. Because you need to give your brain time to consolidate every information, and you need a fresh brain to go into the exam hall. You don't want to be tired like going into the exam hall. Apart from even exam, even going to class, you don't want to be tired. Once you get a class, once the professor is explaining everything, you want to be able to understand, you want to be able to consolidate. I had this thing that, oh, I will study it on my own. Guys, studying it on your own or getting the concept on your own, it doesn't really work out well. It might work out, but it will be a lot of work. Don't you like when you go to the classroom, the professor explains it, you understand, then when you go and study it by yourself, it even makes it easier to also understand and assimilate, right? So that was what worked for me, and I think that will also work for you. Get enough sleep before your classes. Don't stay up all night studying. No, it's not gonna work. You need a fresh brain for each start of the class. And because in my school, our classes are from 8 to 5. Imagine being in class from 8 to 5 and you didn't sleep all night. It's not gonna work. Get enough sleep before your class and get enough sleep before your exam. Give yourself time. Don't be so worn out for you to be able to remember everything. And the thing is, the materials that you're studying, it's not going to be direct in your exam. It's going to be like clinical vignettes that you need time to break down the questions, to you need time to you need time and energy to break down the questions, and you also need time to analyze the question to be able to come at the final answer. Let's say, for example, they say what is the normal blood pressure. They are not just gonna give you, gonna put option C1. They are gonna twist it systolic, diastolic. So you need time and energy, and you need to focus analyzing the question. Or they're asking you what's the normal temperature, or they're asking you what's the diagnosis for this person. You need to be able to analyze, oh, does this patient have encephalitis? Does this patient have high blood pressure? Does this patient have neuronephritis? Does this patient have a lot of diagnosis? Just so you need time and energy to analyze this question. So that's all the points I have for you. I know I don't have a lot of medical students as my subscribers right now, but if this can also reach one medical student and it can also help them, I do not mind. Like nobody taught me this thing, so I'm sharing my from experience. So this, if you cultivate these 5 habits I've just mentioned, let me just run through it. Your mindset, communicate with your seniors, communicate with your classmates, time management, get the right material, and get enough sleep. If you can cultivate, or if you can put in use these 6 points I've told you, guys, medical school will be so easy for you. It won't be as difficult as the way it was for me or it was for somebody else. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do make sure you share this video to anybody that want to start medical school, or even if you don't want to start medical school, just watch my video, just share it and give me a thumbs up if you do. Comment down below what do you think, and also I'll see you guys in my next video. Please subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed, and also turn up the bell so that you get notified when I upload another video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay blessed, stay safe, and God bless. Thank you guys. Bye. Kisses.